Welcome everyone to the Middle East Teaching and Learning Conference. My name is Dana Abu Sara. I will discuss with you how to implement creative problem solving approach in modern classrooms. So first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Dana Abu Sara. I'm working as a math teacher educator in Queen Rani Teacher Academy. I hold a bachelor degree in mathematics and currently working in completing or finalize my master's degree studies in multidisciplinary studies at SUNY Buffalo State University of New York. I earned the fellowship in education from Harvard University Graduate School of Education, in addition to CALE a certificate from Harvard too. I worked as a math teacher educator and head of department in United Arab Emirates for almost 15 years, different curriculums, SAT and IG. I'm passionate about education, especially how to integrate technology in education, STEM thinking approach, entrepreneurship in education. And currently working in creative problem solving. So let's go back to our title, Implementing Creative Problem-Solving Approach in Modern Classrooms. To start working in this title, we need first to go deeper to creativity. So I need to understand first what's creativity, to go back after that, how to integrate creativity with with the problem solving, so we can imagine how we can implement creative problem solving in our modern classrooms. So I will start with this small question first. What is creativity? Creativity has many definitions. I'll choose these three definitions about creativity. First definition is that creativity is the novelty that's useful. Another one, that creativity, the ability to see what isn't there, to recognize its power and to make the power manifest. And the final one, the production of something that is novel and useful. Did you notice something with me that creativity here focus in two main points, the novelty and how it's that useful too. So we need to simplify the definition of creativity to focus in these two main points, novelty and useful product or useful idea or useful solution. هلا, is this definition enough to let us know or see what's creativity? To go deeper first in creativity, we need to know what is the 4C model of creativity. So after that, you can answer this question if you believe or not that all of us are creative. So I will start discussing with you these four modules, and at the end, you will be able to see the creativity in your students and in yourself too. I will start with a big C. Big C creators are people like Albert Einstein, Mozart. They are all Nobel Prize winners. Okay, so let's go to the little c now. Little c, that is kind of creativity that we do every day. Little c creativity is finding a way of, for example, creating delicious meal using only the leftovers in the refrigerator. This is the creativity in little c. Mini C is a part of the learning process and also the creativity seen in young children, as the students make a personal connections to things they are learning. This mini C, it's not connected only with the young children or with the students. It's connected with all beginners' minds. So if you are studying a new thing and while you are learning, connecting what you are learning with your life, this you are creative according to the ministry. Pro C is the creativity of individuals who are professional creators but have not reached eminent status. For example, the interior designers who works or who makes your house beautiful, the college professor who creates lesson plans to make dynamic class experience. So for us as a teachers, yes, we can be creative too. So according to the definitions that we shared with you about the creativity and the 4C model, okay, we noticed that creativity is in all of us. And so never say that you are not creative. In addition to one more point, that creativity is a skill. That means that you can learn how to become creative and you can enhance and improve this skill. So we have to believe all of us that everyone is creative in some way. If you looked at your students in this point of view, you will notice their creativity. So let's go deeper, actually. Alex Osborne, okay, noticed in his book, uh, Applied Imagination, that there's two kinds of thinking that are essential for being creative: divergent thinking and convergent thinking. So what is divergent thinking? Divergent thinking is about generating ideas that are novel, new, if you want to say that they are ridiculous ideas or foolish sounding, exciting. It's the main point here is to generate ideas as much as you can. About the convergent thinking is about select ideas, sort ideas, test and refine ideas, make those ridiculous, foolish sounding and exciting ideas useful. So here we are talking about generating ideas, and we are talking about evaluating and sorting ideas. So but if you want to reflect on your life, you notice that we all really do need to do diverge and converge thinking every day. And the secret of creating new ideas is to become more aware of which thinking model you are in now, and where you have to use the divergent thinking and where you have to use the convergent thinking. So to go deeper about diverge and converge thinking, we start discussing the divergent thinking. If you are a teacher and you want to ask your students to generate ideas, to diverge, there's some rules. First of all, you have to share it with your students to be able to diverge and generate more ideas. These rules are, first of all, you have to diverge judgments. So there's no ridiculous ideas. They are all ideas. We need to generate ideas as much as you can. We here strive for quantity, generate as much as ideas as we can, and seek wide ideas, build on other ideas. So here, working in groups, sharing ideas is a healthy thing, and use these other ideas to build and to create or to come up with other ideas is what we are looking for. And there's a tools for diverging. I will discuss with you some of these tools actually. Uh, Brainstorming, for example, is one of the tools of divergent thinking. Stick them up: brainstorming, brainwriting, a forced connection, word dance, scamper. Why? What's stopping you? Visual connections. They are all tools we're using it to help students diverge and generate more ideas. Okay, I will discuss with you the first tool, okay, which is brainwriting. Actually, brainwriting is a great technique to generate ideas without having to talk to each other or to even be at the same place at the same time. What we need here is just to divide students in groups, 3 students in each group, then start these directions with them. Each person start with a brainwriting worksheet. Notice here that the worksheet is divided into 3 columns and 3 rows. And these rows or columns, they are have numbers, row 1, row 2, and row 3. Now, if you're working inside a classroom, so what you have to do after separating them in groups, put a blank worksheet in the center of the group. Write the statement of the challenge at the top of all worksheets. Then silently think or encourage your students to start thinking of 3 ideas and write each one in a separate box of on the first open row on your worksheet. If he finished writing the first 3 ideas, he will go to the next step. He will pass his worksheet back to the center and pick up one that someone else has just finished. Actually, this step is very important. Don't let them start writing the next 3 ideas without reading what's the reference already done. So read the ideas encourage them to read the ideas on the new worksheet and build on them or come up with 3 new ideas. And keep swapping worksheets until all the boxes are full. Great. I can imagine myself inside my classroom. All the students are divided into groups. The worksheet in the center of the group, and they start writing, reading, and building on their on other ideas and come up with the new ideas. That's great. But what if I'm working online? How I can use brainwriting with my students online? Actually, there's many applications can help you to let students brain using brainwriting. One of these is the Padlet. We can use Padlet for brainwriting. Actually, Padlet has different styles. You can use the shelf one. Okay, hello. When you create shelf, you can add the columns here. So here I added column A, B, and C. So I named my students A, B, C. They can start generating ideas. What they have only to add plus to write his idea. While he is writing ideas, other friends they're writing their ideas too, so they can read at any point the other ideas and build in their ideas. This is one way. The good thing of Padlet that you don't need to create accounts for your students. What you have to do is just to share a link with them, and they can enter directly to that page and start generating and divergent thinking and adding their ideas and looking at other ideas building. So this is all about brainwriting. One another thing is forced connection. What if my students start generating ideas and they stuck in some point? What I have to do? One of the techniques to help students to come up with new ideas is forced connection. Okay. So, first connection, the direction here, review the ground of rules of divergent thinking, defer judgments, or the rules that we already shared with you. Then point at any object or picture totally unrelated to the problem and ask them, when you look at this idea, when you look at this, what ideas do you get for solving this problem? So they will start making some connections with the problem with that object. First, a connection between the item and the problem to generate more ideas. Then they have to share their ideas, and you can repeat this technique as much as you can. So that's fine. I imagine myself inside my classroom. They start making brainwriting. They stuck in some way. They cannot come up with any new ideas. I select any item not related to the problem, and I ask them, "Look, what I have here. When you look at this item or this picture, what ideas do you get to for solving this problem?" The question now, what if I'm working online? How I can help my students? One of the easiest way is to share with them a Jamboard where you can add the picture, okay, in the middle. Then after that, they can add sticky notes, adding their ideas next to that picture. So till now, we have brainwriting, we have first connection as a tools for divergent thinking. Now, what about convergent thinking? There's another rule for the convergent thinking actually. If you want to start helping your students to classify the ideas and choose and select one solution. And the ground rules for converging: be affirmative, check your objective that we are looking for solutions related to the objective, improve ideas, consider novelty. All these, they are ground rules for convergent thinking. What about tools? Yes, there's tools we can use to help students converge. Highlighting, restating clusters, price first or point, card sort, evaluation matrix. I will discuss with you two of these techniques. Highlighting. Actually, highlighting is a great way to take lots of ideas and narrow them to a few good ideas or three good uh, options. Actually, highlighting has three steps. The first step is heads. Hits, that means that to mark the best ideas. So after generating ideas and diverging ideas, you will have a lot of ideas. And we encourage them to ideate more than 20 to 30 ideas. Okay, so I have all these ideas. Now, students will work together, okay, and I will give them time, each student to choose the best ideas from their point of view. So they have to mark these good ideas. After that, we take all these good ideas and start put them in groups according the same theme together or the same ideas together. هلا after that restate هلا bring the we take a look at all the good ideas and all the grouped ideas to choose one or to come up maybe with the new solutions could be combined of these two ideas. So we have heads, cluster, and restate. This is the highlighting process. Okay, that's good. But how I can use I can imagine the students now working in this inside my classroom. They put, for example, after brainwriting, they put all the worksheets, the brainwriting worksheets in front of them. They start putting choosing the ideas, they put them all together, they discuss it, put them in groups, and after that they come up with their final solution. But what if I'm working online? One of the best solutions is the Padlet too, because Padlet has option which is give the students opportunity to comment or to add like. So students can add their comments in the Padlet. For example, I used the Padlet before, and group A, B, C, they add their ideas. I asked them to read all the ideas and to like and to put like to the ideas they already liked. After that, they can classify them and put them in groups and complete the process. So Padlet is one of the good options actually to use highlighting. Another tool for convergent thinking is the evaluation matrix. Actually, evaluation matrix creates a systematic way to analyze up to 10 options. It allows a group to select criteria. First, they have to create criteria and evaluate a variety of promising options against the criteria they selected. So how I can implement this one in the classroom? We use this direction. First of all, they have to generate the criteria. So they have to discuss the criteria they want to use to evaluate and to choose their option and solution. So they start generating criteria. After that, they will select the best ones. So to finalize the criteria they want to use to evaluate. هلا Notice that here that the evaluation matrix containing, here we have the criteria and here we have the options. So we start writing the options here and we start writing the criteria here and we start to complete the matrix. For example, excellent is A, from A to E. A is excellent and E is the poor. So they start evaluating the each option. Actually, here we don't stop. We don't look, or the main point here is just not to look to take the best or the idea or the option which has the highest mark or all A's. The main point is just to review the options that has some low criteria rating and try to work to improve or develop that solution. So maybe that will be the chosen option and chosen solution. Okay, so what if I'm now with my students online? How I can use evaluation matrix? Actually, that's easy. Yes, just simplify, create that the form in Google Doc or Word Doc, Microsoft Word Doc, and share it with the group so they can complete adding their answers and discuss it together while they are working. So till now we discussed with you the divergent thinking and their tools and rules, the convergent thinking and their tools and rules. So according to that, creativity actually helps you to not look at the things as a problem. Actually, problems aren't problems anymore with the creativity, because here we just look at the problems as a difficult situations and you are trying to find a solution. So this is the key for creativity, and how you can make you look at the problems as difficult situations and try to find a new way to solve that situation. Okay. So we'll start now talking about creative problem solving. Actually, problem solving and creative thinking are closely related. The very definitions of these two activities show logical connections. Creative thinking produces novel outcomes, and problem solving involves producing a new response to a new situation, which is actually a novel outcome too. So they are connected. And for us, creative problem solving, we will discuss together containing four process. Clarify, ideate, develop, and implement. We'll discuss each step alone. But first, we need to know the connection between the converge thinking with the creative problem solving. Actually, diverge and converge make the plus for solving the problems. Everybody solves problems, but not everybody solves them creativity. And to the secret of moving from problem solving to creative problem solving is to use the divergent and converging part of each step of the of the problem solving steps. So here the secret is of using diverge and converge thinking. Over the years, creative problem solving has been represented by dozens of different models. Some have 6 steps, some have 7 steps, some have 4 steps. They're all good. Even Alex Osborne, the originator of creative problem solving, proposed a variety of models over his lifetime. Actually, I will share with you this foresight model having 4 basic steps. So the 4 basic steps are clarify, ideate, develop, then implement. So here we encourage our students to pass through these 4 steps to solve their problems in a creative way. And in each step, you will use diverge and converge thinking tools. Okay, so what about the clarify? Actually, clarify is to investigate the situation from all angles by asking the 5 W questions: who, what, where, why, and how of the situations. Make sure you understand the history and background of the situation. So here the goal is to understand the challenge at hand. What's the goal? What's the key information? What's the problem you are trying to solve? And you can start when you have a goal in mind. So you should first have a challenge or a problem, have a goal in your mind, and you want to start finding solution or develop some idea. So here we have first of all to clarify, collect all the data about this situation, and after collecting this data, which is diverge, okay, we need to select the good ideas that you can help us in solving that problem. So how I can finish? Okay, we'll finish with an open-ended question that invites new ideas about the challenge. And here, the phrasing the challenge actually in an open-ended question could help you and help your students to, and or could inspire them to come up with new ideas. So be careful and always try to state your challenge in a way that helps them come up with new and ideas we can use. For example, what ways might we this, if you phrased your statement in this way, what ways might be, okay, could help them to generate more and to come up with more ideas. So here's the first step, which is clarify. After that, we have the ideate. Actually, in this step, you have to turn off the voices of the critic in your mind and let the ideas flow. Generating lots of ideas is the best way to get few great ideas or through to get few great ones. List all the obvious ideas first, then stretch for wide and unusual ones. Go for at least 20 ideas. Look at the issue from a new angle. What might you substitute, combine, modify to come up with the new ideas? These questions could help you to generate other ideas. Pick around an issue, image or objective and ask yourself, when I look at this, what ideas do I get from solving my challenge, which is the first connection we already discussed before, and you can build on other ideas. So ideate, the goal from this step is to explore lots of ideas to help you address your challenge. When you have start, you need first novel, useful ideas to meet your uh, challenge. So if you state the challenge in an open-ended way, you can start here ideating and come up with novel, useful ideas. You finish with selected ideas to help solve that challenge. So here we have diverge and converge. We have to generate ideas and to select some of the good ideas. Develop. Actually, in this stage, you need to articulate what you like about the idea. Raise your concerns about the idea. Phrase as an open-ended question that invite solutions. Develop ways to overcome the main concerns and develop criteria for success too. And here, criteria, always you will remember the evaluation matrix tool that we already talked about before. Modify solutions as necessary to better meet the criteria. Identify key sources that will assist and resist implementation. With all this in mind, you can now create an action plan that details who does what and by when. Okay, so now you start to turn with a goal in mind in this stage is to turn promising ideas into workable solutions. So we already have some good ideas, but here we need to strengthen these ideas, and we will finish with a detailed solution action plan. After that, we can take our action plan to the implement. The goal here is to put your idea into action, realizing that you will learn as you go. And here we can apply the Tom Peters motto: test fast, fail fast, and adjust fast. Ask what's working well. In this stage, you really need to ask these questions and reflect on them. What's working well? What should we change or do differently? What are we are learning? Take action on something within 24 hours. Monitor progress and be prepared to cycle back into other phases of the creative process. So here we finish actually with an action plan and with the reflection to these questions and good solutions. هلا if we looked one more time about this process, clarify, ideate, develop, and implement, and try to connect it with the characteristic of our students, we will notice that there's four preferences. We have some students that are clarifiers, some of them they are ideators, developers, implementers, and some of them they are mixed of two or three of these preferences. So if I have clarifier students, what does it mean? Actually, clarifiers like to spend time getting a clear understanding of the challenge or issue before leaping into ideal solutions or action. They enjoy looking at the details, researching, investigation, and digging for information that will help them better understand the issue. They may suffer from the analysis steps if you ask them to analyze anything. So they start directly looking at looking for information. So we can put this statement for them that clarifiers, let's not make any assumptions. They don't start with the assumptions. They start with looking for information to have a deep understanding for the whole situation and challenge. What about the ideators? Actually, ideators like to generate broad concepts and ideas. They are most comfortable understanding the big picture and strengthening their imagination. Ideators are drawn to abstract and global issues and less concerns with details. They are flexible thinkers and can see many possible solutions to the same situations. So they directly, some of your students, you just tell the challenge and they directly give you, I've got an idea, without looking at the details. They look at the challenge as a big pictures. They don't have to look at these small details, not same as the clarifiers. They really like to look at the details and understand everything. Okay, what about the developers? Actually, developers like to spend time analyzing potential solutions, breaking them apart, and examining their strengths and weaknesses. They like to compare competing solutions. They like to compare between solution one and solution two. If I did this, the strength is this, and the weakness, if I did that, I have another uh, will be better or no. And they enjoy planning the steps to implement an idea, and they may get stuck in developing the perfect solutions because they focusing on analyzing and comparing between the ideas. Okay, now the implementers. Implementers, they keep saying that, come on, let's go. Implementers strive consistently to take actions on ideas. They like to see things happen. They enjoy giving structure to ideas. Uh, They focus on workable ideas and solutions. They leap to action too quickly. So we have these four preferences, and you can, if you reflect now on your students, you can see that yes, I have some students who are clarifiers. Some of them they are ideators, can come up with ideas directly. Some of them they are developers and implementers. So this all this information can help you to build a good team. So if you want to generate a group, maybe you can choose some students who are clarifiers and put them with ideators, developers, and implementers together. So this could help them to come up with better or creative solutions. This is Thank you very much for being with us and discussing this topic, creative problem solving, and how we can implementing this approach in our uh, classrooms or our modern classrooms using the converge and diverge thinking tools. Thank you very much.